Hello, this is Judy, your instructor, and this video is going to help you through a discussion assignment to show you where you need to go and what you need to be looking at as you're trying to complete this discussion. So I'm going to start inside the class, and over on the left there's academic resources in the purple. If you click on that, you will see a list of different academic resources, and we're going to look at the Dietz Library Empower. Now, if I click here, it's going to give me a list of all the different databases, but because your assignment is requiring you to use the Dietz search box, we're going to visit the library directly, right here with this link. From here, in the Dietz Library website, we're going to click right here where it says Dietz Search. And we're going to type in Einstein. And note, we're doing a keyword search right here. I'm going to click Search. And as it loads, now you may see a different box where it's asking you to put in your user ID and the last 5 digits of your Social Security. You should have that ID somewhere that should have been sent to you. You'll put that in, your last 5 digits, and you should be able to get in. I will say that I at first had a little difficulty when I first started teaching this, but I emailed the tech support and they fixed it right away. So just to warn you, you may have a little bit of a problem. You shouldn't, but you may, but they will fix it really easily. So right now with this Dietz search box, we are looking at almost all of the different resources that Dietz Library has. So that means there's quite a few, 922,000 resources on Einstein, and that's quite a bit. That's because there's many different types of sources that libraries have. Notice right here there's a research starter, and this is just basic information on Einstein. But as you go through, you'll see there's so many different things you can use. The first things that come up, notice it'll say right here, it'll say book. These are print books. Now, if you're in the Winfield area, you can go to the Dietz Library and actually, find the books. You can go to a public library. You can go to any type of library in your area. See if they have it. If they don't, you maybe could do an interlibrary loan and get those books from another library for free. There's no charge. But as we scroll through, there's a lot of books. Notice this one here has its location, call number, whether it's out, and this one's out for the whole semester, which is unfortunate because that is a really classic of his life. Notice it sort of changes now. We're getting into reference, which is encyclopedias. Again, a good starting place to kind of get your feet wet with Einstein. But as we go through the list, I'm going to go on to the second page because these are all books. But we've got some different stuff here too. So don't just stop at the first page. Keep going through. Actually, look through several pages. I really recommend it. A biography. Now it's changing a little bit. It says it's a periodical. That means it's a magazine. But a very high quality magazine. As I notice, it's astronomy. So it's definitely related to Einstein's field. But notice the short title, A Wrinkle in Space-Time Confirms Einstein's Gravitation. If we go to the next one down here, number 14, this is an academic journal, meaning it's a little more scholarly, a little more research-based. And of course you can tell it from the title, International Journal of Progressive Education, but also the title of the article, which is right here, is very long and very specific. An examination of the documentary film Einstein and Eddington in terms of nature of science, themes, philosophical movements, concepts. Very long. Those can sometimes be a little difficult to read, a little challenging, intimidating, but I but try it. See if it piques your interest. There's another article, and then here we have an ebook. So this is a book that's devoted to online. I'm going to just click on this. It gives a very thorough description of what the book's about. And so you have some choices. You can download the book to read offline. You can just look at the PDF text. I like to go down to the bottom and look at the table of contents, especially because, and this is a sort of a hint for next week, you're going to be doing a paper, and so you only need 3 sources, but you'll need to have a focus and a thesis. So you can kind of look through, and I do not recommend trying to read the whole book. No one has time for that. But maybe looking at a chapter and looking at some different things in the chapter. Now, I'll be honest, this is really flying past me, but there are definitely other books available. And definitely Einstein is a dynamic character, that there's definitely many more aspects than just his science and technical nature. But that's how you use an ebook. I'm going to go back up and look at this one, this periodical, so you can see what it looks like. Again, it gives you an abstracted description of the article, and then to see the full article, it's here either HTML, which will lead you down to the bottom, and here's the text here, or you can look at it as it actually would look in a print magazine in PDF form. Either way is perfectly fine. They're both the same, they just have a different layout. That's a nice picture of Einstein. And here's the article. Now these are really nice to look at because they are shorter. So definitely, you might want to keep this in mind again for next week if you want to use one of these as your starting places. So after you've looked through your results here and maybe kept 1 or 2 things, I'm kind of jumping ahead to the third part of the requirements for the discussion, is to filter. Now, you only are required to filter by full text. So let me head back into the first page. So I'm going to go ahead and do this because we're already in there, and I do recommend you're already in here, go ahead and filter by full text. It's right here where it says limit to. So notice how this will change our results. There's 931 now. But there's some other filtering that's not required, but I do want to talk to you about it because it is important, and I honestly really do think you should go ahead and do this. Notice you can say, I just want to see what's in the scholarly journals. You can do that. Or I just want to see what's in the catalog, meaning I just want to see print books. You can also say, the publication date goes quite far back. Well, I just want to kind of see what's been done. Get it? Oh, well, I passed. I was going to do the last 10 years, but you get the idea. And it'll change. You can also say, I just want to see the magazines. I don't want to mess with the academic journals. They're too hard to read, so I'm going to just do magazines. And also, I wish it'd let you do a couple at a time, but they don't. I also want to just do ebooks because that's what I need for quick access. And so then all you'll see are periodicals and ebooks, and takes all the rest out. So this makes your searching a lot quicker and easier. Again, you'll have to change the date again because it does erase it. One other thing you can do is filter by subject. And this is, again, nice to maybe try and focus your searching a little bit too. We'll be talking about this just a little bit more next week about doing advanced searching, but this gives you a little heads up to get started into thinking about that. Then the final step is to look at Google. And so you type in Einstein. Whoops, I got a W in there. Didn't mean to do that. And so you'll look through the results, and again, you'll be doing a comparison of all three different results. And you might keep an eye on if you feel you found like this one, the Einstein Archives online. I think that would be a great resource. We'll be talking about evaluating resources, but I would probably think this would be probably a good one, just on first blush. You'd have to do some more evaluating. And so hopefully this will help you get through this first discussion, the requirements, and read my announcement to know how I'll be grading that. And believe me, ask questions anytime. Email me and say, I didn't get this part, and I'll either email you back with another video, or we can do a conference and I can just show you live how to do it. So, but good luck and have fun with Einstein.